The Hash It Out Show is brought to you by Boyd's ATA Black Belt Academy in Marrero, Louisiana. Barreto Home Solutions. Bayou Audio and Video. Hot Works on the North Shore. JFK Martial Arts in Mandeville and Covington. Lil Dizzy's Cafe. Kuman of Gretna. HBP Construction and Consulting. Moe's Pizza. Buck's Snow Whiz. CC's Children Blocks. The Pierre Family in Lafayette, Louisiana. Leo Auto Glass. The Juber Family in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Dat Kitchen Restaurant in Chalmette, Louisiana. CoSource Financial Group.
Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. 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 Hands up, hands up. If you winning and you don't give a fuck about a hater, tell them move, 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 move. Cause I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning. I'm winning, I'm winning, I'm winning.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hash It Out Show. I'm your host, JB the Sports Guy. We got a good one for you all tonight. And we're going to get into our top 5 later on and do a little recap of week 5. And as you see, I got the one and only VK Jones. What's up, VK?
What's going on, folks? Like, tag, share, and subscribe to the Hash It Out Show on social media platforms. We're on Twitter. We're on, when I say X, we're on Instagram. We are on Facebook. And we're on YouTube as well. We are all on all social media platforms every Tuesday and Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. The exclusive Hash It Out Show game of the week is on JB the Sports Guy on the YouTube. See, I caught myself this time. You know what I'm saying? So
Can't get it right, boy.
I got it right though. I've checked myself this time.
You corrected yourself. After you got it
myself.
wrong, but you corrected yourself like you had
myself.
your pencil and you erased it, right? That's yeah.
Man, but we're gonna have a good show tonight, man. We got a lot to talk about from high school, all levels of football tonight on this show, and and also we got a special announcement as well dealing with our games for this week. Not games.
George Peppers will be joining us shortly, everybody. He will be joining us tonight, so he will be on shortly. But serious note, as I go through the chats, and the chats are popping right now. Jason Holmes, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Whoa. What is wrong with my iPhone? Wait a minute. Who told you to start speaking? Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Shh. I know it's Halloween time, but wait a minute now. Hold up. I didn't say nothing. Whoa. Oh, man. What's up, Colin Johnson? What's up, brother? All right. Let's get into this, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into this right now. We get into a serious topic right quick, man. I'm always a guy that won't make judgment early. I'm kind of like, let it play out. Let's see what happens. And on December 17th, we heard that KYREN LACE was being charged with reckless driving and vehicular homicide and all that stuff for a wreck. We heard about that. And then in April, we heard about KYREN LACE supposedly committing suicide after something happened at a family event. And he committed a suicide the day before he had to go in front of a grand jury.
All right, welcome to the Bob Brothers Podcast.
Man, would you turn your phone down?
I'm sorry about that. I did not mean to do that.
Yeah, I know you didn't, man. What
I
is up with
didn't.
phones today on this show? All right, but moving forward, Saturday, VK, boy, my heart dropped to my stomach, man. My heart fell to my stomach when I saw his lawyer in an interview and his lawyer releasing the footage that shows KYREN Lace is innocent. That KYREN Lace did not cause this wreck to happen. You see the video, you see a SUV crash. You don't see the white car that it crashed into. You see it on the video that was released today that it was a white car, but you don't see it right then and there. KYREN Lace was almost a football field behind the accident when it happened. And you see KYREN Lace slow down and go around the accident. He was nowhere near this accident. And then you see video of a state trooper named Tyler Werner telling a witness what to say, telling a witness to say that the green Charger is what caused this wreck, is what he drove recklessly and crazy and he caused the wreck. Telling a witness to put down a false statement that is not true. KYREN Lace should be playing football on Sunday nights. What happened caused KYREN Lace to take his own life, from what they said. They said he committed suicide. I'm going by that. It caused him to take his own life because KYREN Lace thought, I'm an innocent man that had nothing to do with what happened, and here I am being blamed for something that happened I had nothing to do with. I can't go to the combine because that's been taken away from me. And he just felt like his career was done. Football was his life. Tyler Werner, that state trooper, to me, needs to be fired and needs to be charged with some type of crime, number one. Number two, I want to know what took so long. This is 10 months ago. What took so long for the videos to come out? But with that being said, whatever state troop or whatever, troop A, troop B, troop C, whatever they call themselves, I don't know. They been saw this video. They been saw it. So who's ever above Tyler Werner that saw it, and even the lieutenant colonel who's in charge of that troop, they all need to be fired. They all need to be charged with some type of crime also. Because KYREN Lace was set up. This was a straight setup. This was straight fraud. This man is totally innocent, and everybody sees it. Everyone sees it. And if someone sit there and tell me KYREN Lace is not innocent, we got a problem. I'm sorry. They all need to be served with some type of charge. I'm sorry. They need to be. Y'all made this man take his own life. Because they been saw the video. They been saw the body camera. They been saw this. So you sat there and stayed silent about it. You sat there and stayed silent. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. That this man was set up like that. And it's no telling how many other people that this has happened to that we just don't hear about. So everybody part of that state troop, whatever letter it is, I don't know, from Tyler Werner, who all had something to do with it, who kept their mouth shut, Anybody involved in it, they gotta go. Need to be fired immediately, and they need to be served with some type of charge, some type of crime. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, VK.
Well, you said a whole lot. Said a whole lot right here, and looking at the whole thing, this is sad. This is really sad. Person that tried to stay positive as possible during the time, but then when the court date was getting closer and closer, you can see the nervousness and stress on KYREN. And it's just a fact of the matter is, for what? Now everything else that happened and how he took his own life, now it's in vain because of the fact that somebody freaking screwed up big time like that. Now, here's the thing about the state troopers with that. Yeah, they need to be reprimanded. Yes, they need to be actually sued. But here's another
Well,
thing.
they're gonna be sued. That
Here-
Lacey
here-
family gonna sue for real. It's
here-
happening.
and not just the state troopers. Here's the other thing. I think the court system need to be sued because here's the other thing. What if the troopers turned in the video? Because remember, the judges always say to the attorneys and everybody else who's dealing with the case, make sure you bring in all surveillance, all evidence before everything is presented. So the thing is, did the troopers turn it in? If they did, why the court ain't released it? Why somebody in the Justice Department ain't released it? So it's a mess up in all levels. So plain and simple on that one. Oh yeah, some people about to get sued. Some people are about to get sued big time. Now, that's a good question, Kenny. It's a really good
Yeah, that's a
question.
good question. Jason Holmes, I want to say this. I don't know, but I would assume yes, because he did turn himself in. He turned himself in. And when you do that, you usually get questioned, right? So I would say he did. So go ahead, VK.
Yeah, and I think the witnesses probably be charged probably for lying, but then at the same time, if the officer is they get charged, but if they have evidence that the officer forced the witness to collude the whole thing, they won't get that much time because of the fact the officer forced the witness to lie. We've seen that in some cases. Officers sometimes take certain witnesses, putting some kind of intimidation and fear more than anything else, that do something or we're gonna come get you or such put a threat more than anything. So yeah, the witnesses will be charged, but if they have enough evidence that Officer Warner forced them to do it, they won't get that much time. They'll get some time, but not that much more than anything else. Hold on a second. Everything. You still hear me, JB?
Yep.
You still hear me? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a fact that the whole thing is just absolutely ridiculous. The Lacey family, and even if they sue, what all that is, you need to do it. They're gonna do it, but at the same time, how that's gonna bring back comedy. But at the same
Well,
time, the biggest
it's
thing
not. It's not, but
outside,
it's some type of
right?
closure. Some type of closure
Yeah,
from some type of justice.
right. But I think the biggest justice is Warner going to jail. In my opinion, here's the thing: Warner needs to be charged, be arrested, and be sentenced to the full extent of the law. This is conspiracy. This is a conspiracy crime, and he needs to be sentenced in the full extent. And then not just that, plain and simple, he's an officer of the law. Guess what? It's time for zero tolerance. It's time for zero tolerance. I've been said that for years, even with other past cases involving law enforcement officers involving in crimes and going over the line. It's time for these officers to stop being above the law. It's time for somebody to lead and say, if you mess up and get arrested in some kind of form or anything, you will go to jail like a regular citizen. We will take away your pension. We will take away your retirement. You will be a regular citizen. That's what should be the example of Officer Warner here. He should be done, period, completely, and suffer like anybody else who commits a crime. Sorry, that's just what it is. And I'm sorry, this has been going on for too long. And somebody in law enforcement need to take a stand and say, we're not having this anymore. If you want to be an officer, you better honor the code. You don't honor the code and you dishonor it, you're done. You're a regular citizen when you leave us.
Before we move on, I want a probe from the Attorney General, an investigation from the Attorney General into this. I really do. I really do. Something has to be done with this. The dude is almost a football yard behind the accident, and he's blamed for it. Something not right with this. Something is not right.
And I think they're gonna reveal more and more reasons and stuff why he did what he did. So, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens from there, because there's gotta be a reason why he did what he did. And it's going to come out. And it ain't gonna be nothing pretty when we find out what it is.
Okay. And with that being said, we're going to take a commercial break. And when we come back, we'll get into week 5 recaps right here on the Hash It Out Show.
Are you in need of a new windshield? Leo Autoglass can help. For 20 years, Leo Autoglass have been servicing the New Orleans area with windshield replacement and auto glass repair. Give them a call today, 504-301-8353.
Hey y'all, this is Jen Hale from Fox Sports. You're watching the Hash It Out Show with JB the Sports Guy, VK Jones, and George Pepis.
Did you experience storm damage from Hurricane Francine? Barretto Home Solutions can help. You can give them a call at 504-940-7552.
And once again, everybody, I apologize. I muted myself because when I play the commercials, if I say something, you can hear me. But I'm JB the Sports Guy alongside VK Jones. And we're about to get into some week 5 recaps. And I thought I had it on here. I know I had it yesterday for the boot breakdown. I must have erased it. I don't know why, but anyway. VK, let's get going, man. Let's talk about this. pretty much everyone talking about Carr and St. Augustine. And I got there right around 5:44, called the Uber because I heard people were out there since 1:30 and people have problems finding a spot to park right around since 3 o'clock. This is what was told to me. And the lines was way back there, almost a General Meyer. But I love the way they had the bands battling at 6:15 p.m. with the teams warming up. I loved it. It just made the atmosphere so much better. And we had St. Aug students talking trash to the DBs of Edna Carr. And, Maurice Williams was like, all that talking over with. And Aiden Hall was just the look he had, man. If a look could kill, Aiden Hall, man. Hayward Howard was pretty much like ignoring them. And then game time comes and Edna Carr just dominated from start to finish. St. Aug scored on a pick six. St. Aug scored one more touchdown on their starters later on in the game. St. Aug had a chance to make it a 7-point game, 21-14. 4 tries inside the 5-yard line, didn't score, not at all. And then the Carr just did what they had to do. And John Johnson able to run the ball and throw the ball all day on Carr. Trey Garrison able to run the ball all day on St. Aug, I should say. Trey Garrison able to run. It was pure dominance from Edna Carr, VK Jones. Speak, VK. VK got that VK. Oh, my bad. I had you muted
Yes,
too.
sir.
Oh, I'm tripping, man. My fault. Go ahead, man. My apologies. My
It's
apologies.
okay, man. It's okay. You good, man. I mean, we've seen a lot Sunday, and today, I guess, but it is what it is. But what I seen from multiple highlight reels of that game Friday night, that was an unbelievable atmosphere. I mean, that was crazy what I seen. I mean, probably the biggest crowd in a long, long time at that stadium. They had some great games back then. This was probably the biggest crowd they ever had. St. Aug and Carr in the playoffs was pretty big years and years ago. And then the year Landry Walker and Carr went at it the year after they both won state for that season opener, it was pretty packing itself too. So it was unbelievable night. I mean, great entertainment. I want to ask you a question. That was the question I forgot to ask you. Who did we know Carr did their thing in the band? Did who won the battle of the bands in your output and did not just that? Did you see? I know you said St. Aug has a lot in their band this year. Did you see? You said they need some time to get it together. What was your thoughts? Did you see some improvement from St. Augustine on
I've,
on
se-
that
I-
night?
I've seen improvement the whole year, especially the games we've done. I've seen improvement. But you asking me who won the battle of the bands?
Yes.
It was St. Augustine. It was St. Augustine. And pretty much everybody said that. St. Augustine to me just sounded cleaner, more smooth. They were crisp. That's just me. And then they had a battle of the bands thing at Southern the next day, and St. Augustine won that. So, yeah, St. Augustine bands, definitely, they're banned.
Wow. That's unbelievable to hear that. Because like I talked to one of the band directors. He said the goal is to become the marching 200. So they're trying to work their way there. 175 members. I've never seen an all band that big. I know a couple years ago they had it at 135, 140, 175. Oh my God. And you look at how the side, it reminded you so much of Landry Walker in their first year at the school, how big that band was. That was about 160 in that band. And it looked like a college band. So that's how big that was. Now they sounded was good too. And the car, was still good, even though there was 60 something, 65, 80, 70 members. But this is unbelievable what we've seen. I mean, the bands were crazy with the music, but the play on the field more than anything else, got to give a lot of credit in the car. And the car really showed that this is still their block. This is still their division. This is still they still run things in the city of New Orleans. So that was big for in the car to do what they did. St. Aug, give them a lot of credit. They did not instantly lay down. They came back and they really fought back in the game. But at the same time, still, and the car just sent a serious message that they are still the team to beat. But it won't be the first time these two will go at it. We'll see what happens down the line.
Ooh, DQ Rogers is the new band director, and he is with the shh. Yeah, yeah. When you perform at halftime, and at the end of your halftime show, you run towards Edna Carr, and you just start blowing on them, man. You with the shh. You don't care. You say, I don't care. I'm here to take over. That's what DQ Rogers said. He is there to take over. Yes, Carl O-line and D-line. That is correct. That is exactly what I said. I thought would be the main factor of that game, and it definitely was. George Peppers is here, y'all. George Peppers, we are talking about Edna Carr and St.
Kind of figured that out.
Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
I kind of figured that out. I mean, it was the game, on paper. It was one of the highlight games of the 2025 season. And the car after halftime, though, really just gained some separation and reminded everybody for those that had doubts. They made y'all say, hey, we're still top of the class here. And saying, oh, look, in the trenches was where this game was won and lost. When the other team can outrun you, can outsize you, it's one thing. But when they can outsize you and outrun you, you're asking for a big problem. That's a headache you don't want. And that's what happened Friday night. What did this do for St. Augustine going forward, though? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This was what a measuring stick to see what this team does against in the car. I am mildly curious, not overwhelmingly, but if these two rematch in the playoffs, if they rematch, what's the approach Coach Valdez has now having a full game of film to fool with? Because that guy can coach. I don't care what anybody says. And you still got Vashawn Coulon and all those weapons. And Carr's defense was magnificent Friday. They frustrated Coulon and company. And they were just quite simply, we could talk about areas of, whatever. Carr was just a better football team Friday night. There is no sugarcoating it. There was no doubt who was going to win this game. Edna Carr was clearly better. As simple as that. 42-21 speaks very loudly in this kind of game. 3 touchdown margin. St. Aug's got some work to do, but like I said, that matchup, if it happens again, I'm curious to see what Valdez does approach-wise.
Okay, I'm with you on that. And it's more than likely that it may happen again down the line in the playoffs somewhere. All right, so that was St. Augustine and Edna Carr. Let's go to Baton Rouge. LCA defeats Central 55-48. I don't think we saw this coming, but LCA had it on their mind, VK.
I think
George, I think you must have loaned him your internet because his internet has been acting crazy today. His internet acting crazy, man.
Yeah, I might have.
Yeah, you go ahead and log out and log back on. Go ahead, Peppers, you take over.
Steve and Central
To just make sure I get. Yes.
Yeah, LCA Central, George. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and take over. I'm gonna reset.
I don't know if anybody or could have told you that 103 points were going to be scored in this game. Not me. I did not think that. I thought this game could get to the 30s, both sides, but 55-48, that's even too high. And yeah, Central is Central. But again, what did we see? What did we see Friday night? You, Jared, astutely pointed out, granted, they're the defending champions, but who have they played? What have they done? The eye test was what you kept harping on with these first few sets of rankings, right? So,
Correct.
Timu Internet, yeah, Tiffany, not me tonight. As VK is like the computer screen fading to black. But,
God.
so,
Go ahead.
so anyway, but no, I mean, Lafayette Christian, which Lafayette Christian are you? The one that got whacked by Shaw? That offense was just meddling and really just discombobulated, giving up 7 turnovers? Or the one that went into BR Friday night and put down a hammerlock on Central and won a track meet? When you look at LCA, Jared, you don't look at them as a team that can win track meets. They did, though. And that's to credit to their
But
staff.
they were up big at one time,
They
35-14.
were,
What's
and
up, Coach Norm? I see you.
Central came flying late. Couldn't get there. Almost did, though. Up there he is. But for me, I mean, Lafayette Christian, they don't have to prove anything to me. Yeah, Shaw game was a pretty wild eye opener that they got dominated the way they did and really just turnover friendly. But I think this game, as far as their digging and their just their ability to overcome, this was a pretty big statement, VK, that they go into Central and beat the reigning Division 1 non-select state champions and had a fat lead on them to boot. But Central was a great rally down the stretch and not quite enough. But LCA is a serious, serious team, man. And I didn't need Friday night to tell me that.
Well, what LCA showed me Friday night, I knew they were a good team. Didn't expect to do what they did, and they did. And to me, and Zeke and Cheese, if you're watching this, bro,
He's there.
you're gonna like what I'm about to say. I think LCA has punched their ticket to be a favorite to win the state championship. I think they'll punch a ticket to be a favorite to win the state because you look at their resume. That is some great wins on their schedule, and then only one loss to Shaw, and pretty much a game that they just came up short. But not just that, Shaw just outplayed them. 4-6 turnovers. This is kind of a bad day for you. 7 turnovers. Thank you, sir. 7 turnovers. It's more of a bad day than anything else. But for them to bounce back, to go on a road in hostile territory against the defending state champs, and for him and for LCA to do what they did, yes. Look, Cheese, I'm being straight up with you, man. LCA right now is the team to beat in Division 2. That's just being honest of what we've been seeing the first couple weeks, but especially that win at Central, the way they did it. Wow, man. They are the team right now.
Yes, indeed. I see Bo Willie. I see you, Coach Norm. I see you, Hollywood. I see you, brother. I see you. So we talked about in the car with their win. We talked about LCA. I want to go to Lake Charles, where Calica New Iberia defeated Lake Charles College Prep, but had to get 3 consecutive onside kicks to win that game, George Peppers. Isn't that
They
crazy?
did. It is. That's an anomaly that I don't know if you'll ever see. But you credit Catholic of New Iberia for digging in and really with their fortitude, intestinal fortitude, the way they dug in and got that win. LCCP looked all the world like they were going to be good to go, and Catholic of New Iberia just 3 onside kicks in succession. That was going to be a track meet. We thought that would be a high scoring game, and it was 49-42. It finished 91 points, favored to the winner, Catholic of New Iberia. I think Catholic of New Iberia is a team that is again one of the favorites, and aren't they in Division 3
Yeah, they in there
or
with
2?
Lafayette Christian. Yes.
See, you sure Lafayette Christian could beat that team VK in a dome? Because I'm going to tell you, Austin just said it in the chat, and that's the thing I'm concerned with. They couldn't do it with Jawan Johnson, who maybe is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Couldn't win in the dome. What makes me think that team can beat Catholic of New Iberia in that setting? I'm not sure. I think the team out of New Iberia is the favorite for me. I don't discredit LCA. I think they're one of the big teams to knock off, but I think Catholic of New Iberia's got something to say about this. And yeah, Cheese, I said it. I could back up what I say too.
Is LCA
In the same
Division 3 or
division.
Division 2?
Division
Three.
3 select.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Division
Three.
3. Well, LCA is right now is to me is the favorite. I get what you're saying
I
about.
mean, let's talk about it, man. We got LCA, we got Dunham, we got Catholic of New Iberia, we got Notre Dame. Yeah, it's got some good teams in it, man. Got some good teams.
Some heavyweights and some heavyweights in there, fellas.
Absolutely, and LCCP is in that Division 2. That's
No, they're Division 2
Division
select.
3. They're in 2 select. Okay,
No, they're in two.
but they're in 2. All right. Yeah, well, the defending state champions, yeah, they got something to say about it. They really do. I give them that. But for LCCP, that loss probably will hurt them more than anything else than help them. Because the thing about this
The
game,
loss to Shaw?
no, LCCP losing the
Oh, Lake Charles College Prep. I got
yes,
you. Okay,
yes.
I got you.
I think this loss is gonna hurt.
Oh,
LCCP.
Calvary Baptist. Can't forget about Calvary Baptist.
Can't forget about Calvary. Can't
Yep.
forget about them. So, I think LCCP, this was a reason why I say it hurt. This was an opportunity for LCCP to close the door on the defending champs, and they didn't do it.
No, George.
You up 3 scores. You gotta close the door, LCCP. You gotta close the door. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest, because the thing is, great comeback by no knocking up New Iberia. Great comeback. But at the same time, LCCP got very good athletes, Jeffrey, but what athlete supposed to have 2 hands? You couldn't get 1 onside kick? Just 1. And you missed 3. LCCP gonna have to really learn from this and get themselves together if they're going to be a contender in Division 2. Because stuff like that happens. Because the thing is, you got to happen when there's an opportunity to close the door. You have to close the door.
All right.
Spoken, JB, spoken like a man who had a rough week with the picks last week. Because he had LCCP.
Yes, indeed.
Just throwing it out there.
I want to talk about one more game that happened, and I'm going to go to a game that happened Friday night. Brother Martin and Rummel.
Oh.
Rummel defeating Brother Martin 31-7. I didn't see Rummel holding Brother Martin to only 7 points. I did not see this happening at all. So you got to give Coach Monica and the staff a lot of kudos, because Brother Martin's offense and those receivers that they have with Easton Royal, Rex LeBlanc, Rowan Lipscomb, it's hard to keep them down, but you held them to 7 points. I gotta give them credit, GP.
Most impressive performance by anybody on Friday night was that Rummel Raider team. Just in the fact that, as you mentioned, held a Brother Martin offense that is extremely proficient and can score the ball at any time to 7 points. What does that say? Nick Monica completely froze. They're so well coached and so prepared. They were ready to make.
There go this guy's internet.
They're like the 7. He can't throw that bad juju on me, but I'm good. Keep talking. I ain't saying nothing. No, I'm not saying nothing, but don't let the result be flipped. That's all I'm going to tell you. Do not let that result be flipped. And by the way, y'all just scored. Y'all coming back at Newman, right? Go ahead. 33-13. Talk to me when you win. So go ahead. Say what you want, my man. I love you, dude, but it's rivalry week this week. I can't believe I'm saying that about John Aaron and Riverdale. Boy, that's crazy. Never in my lifetime could I have ever said that. But no, BK. Rummel Look, this is Endocar's division and district to win. But boy, the Raiders have served notice that they could do some big damage going forward because that was a clinical effort.
Go ahead, VK.
Oh man, I mean, it was a very great performance by Nick Monica and his team. And here's the thing we have to understand about Archbishop Rummel. It was a surprise because of the deficit, but we knew that this game would probably be a barn burner in itself because you have to think Archbishop Rummel has been in every game so far this season,
Yeah.
despite the wins and losses.
Yeah.
So they're a team that's going to be there all the way to the end. That's not an easy team to beat. Rummel is really proving it, and that one right there has really like I think that's their first or second district game. I'm trying to remember.
That's the second.
Second
Second,
district. Okay. And
they
they
lost
and
to Curtis by 2.
the loss occurred. It sure did. So for them to get that win, they're right. They're staying in the district race more than anything else. So that's huge for them. For Brother Martin, now you gotta recover from it and get ready for a short turnaround to take on Edna Carr on the road Thursday night. So, and like I said, Brother Martin's got to recover and get it together. Mark Bernice is going to have him ready to go. But it's going to be a tall task going to the jungle on Thursday night. But I give a lot of credit to Archbishop Rummel. It's a team that's going to stay right there in the fold in the district. They might have a chance to maybe win the district, or they're going to be a big time spoiler. So Rummel, they're starting to get better and better, especially week after week.
I think the question you want to ask, JB, about that in synopsis and post synopsis of this game, are the Raiders a team that could be the dance partner for Carr in the dome? That game Friday night tells me they have a chance at it. That was a demonstrative, dominant, clinical effort. And if they produce that effort, it may not beat that in the car, but it's going to beat a lot of other teams.
We'll see. I got one more. One more before we go to
That's,
commercial break.
Yes, sir.
mhm.
Jules Sumner, baby, over Franklinton. Since my guys, Jordan and Hayden want to say that they're my favorite team now. I gave them a lot of props on the boot breakdown. I gave them a lot of props with that win over Franklinton. But your thoughts about Jules Sumner, who's undefeated, getting this win over Franklinton? GP, you go first.
That was a good, impressive effort going into Demon Country and getting the win on the road. That's a character win for Joel Sumner. I don't know if you could find that kind of win on their resume over the recent years, but you know what they bring? That's going to be a big formula come playoff time. They're in Division 3 select
Yeah.
with those teams too. They go bring some defense, and they did it last year. That's what their hat is hung on. Defensively, there is as good as a lot of teams. Are they better than some of those teams? The Catholic and New Iberians, the Dunhams. Remains to be seen, but they were a state quarterfinalist last year, and they lost to Bucky. Oh Lord, here we go. He's talking noise
It's
about
all
you,
good.
Jared.
Go ahead.
What is
Keep going.
this?
Keep going. It's
I
all
feel
good.
that. I see
Keep
that, but
going.
he's talking. He must be. I mean, it must be sipping something. But
No,
anyway,
I actually said they're one of the favorites on the boot breakdown on Sunday, and that's why they getting
and
over.
you're right. And you're right. Look, Joel Sumner is one of those teams that you go into Franklinton, a team that made the state finals last year and whatnot, and you do that and win that game and really pretty much held them to somewhat in check. VK, that's a notice serving win by Joel Sumner. And I don't care for the NFL Cowboys, but how about them Cowboys with Joel Sumner?
Go
Oh
ahead,
man,
VK.
Jules Sumner, they are unbelievable of what they've done. They're in you said Division 3
Select.
Select.
select. Yes.
Yep.
Right now they are the number 3 seed.
I did, cheese. Just
And
LCA slipped my mind. I'm sorry. I did say it. But go ahead, VK.
I gotta say it also here, the way things are looking, this is gonna be a while. To me, I think Division 3 select is probably gonna be one of the toughest divisions going forward, going in the postseason. Because right now, I think Jules Sumner has really said this. They are now not just district championship contenders, they are state contenders. They're state contenders now. And they're here. Jules Sumner been building it up for a long, long time. They're here now. And you look at that top three: Lafayette Christian, Notre Dame Crowley, Jules Sumner in the top three. Wow. And you still got other teams out there that we cannot count out, like Calvary Baptist, like Dunham,
Yeah.
and Catholic of New Iberia. And what's funny, Catholic New Iberia is 4-1 on the season, and they are number 14 seed right now.
That's okay.
14.
That's okay.
I know.
Cecilia was 18 last year.
This division,
won
that's
it.
right. That's right. The division, the last couple of years, the lowest seed, the lowest seed has won the state championship the last 2 seasons. Opelousas, Cecilia. So this is going to be unbelievable to see what happens this time, because sometimes the top might not mean nothing too much. But I think Sumner has really solidified themselves as state contenders. They are really looking good right now.
All right,
JB,
we're gonna take a. Go ahead, man. Go right quick. Go
I
ahead,
was
quick.
gonna say I can't believe you didn't bring this game up. And I don't know if you want to come out of it, but Destrehan Terrebonne was another game Friday night. That
Oh
was,
yeah, how could
I
I?
mean,
My gosh,
that
jeez.
was a notice serving game. Destrehan beating Terrebonne 41-28. I mean, if you want to lead, go with it.
I'm gonna go with it, man. We wanted a good matchup, and I think we got a good matchup. I think I said whoever defense can make the most stops would get the win, and that
Hmm.
was Destrehan. They got stops when they needed to, and they made it happen. Jabari Mack was big in that game, but Malachi Dabney was big in that game. For Terrebonne, of course, Quincy Quincy Adams
Adams.
was big in that game, but then they kind of shut down everybody else. You didn't see too much of Alvin Celestine, Terrence Diggs, Owen Oliver throwing the ball. You didn't see too much of that. So they were able to stop those guys. Quincy Adams got his, but Destrehan made key stops when needed and got that win 41-28 GP.
As the only one who picked Destrehan Friday night of the three.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a common thread, as we'll talk about in more detail tomorrow night. Destrehan reminded everybody,
Yeah, that's next.
reminded them all, and said, "Hey, y'all forget, revenge is a dish served cold. Terrebonne beat these people last year at their place. They were not going to let them dudes go into Destrehan and get that W. Marcus Scott had their boys on game, on focus. BK, that they served notice Destrehan did. But Terrebonne, what does this do for them? Not much. I think they got a
They're
little bit
still
of
number
work to
two.
do.
They're still number 2 in the power rankings. They'll be fine.
Exactly. So I think going perspectives going forward as far as winning a state championship, potentially getting to it. The loss Friday night is a little bit of a kickback, but I don't think it's debilitating to where, well, there
Substitute.
goes terrible and they're not good enough. Hold up. They're still gonna do some damage. They did beat Harnville in a game we did a couple of weeks ago on the Hashtag Show Game of the Week. And they've got some quality wins. They beat St. James, who we saw Friday night win a thriller over St. Charles. Terrebonne's gonna be fine, but Destrehan reminded everybody that they have a lot to say in D1 non-select.
Well, Destrehan, I mean, they showed, that they still are the team. They made another great statement. They almost look just like Edna Call. This is still our turf. This is still our territory. And they really proved it Friday night and handled their business. Destrehan right there in it. I know Cheese was saying something about how Destrehan, but Destrehan lost to Alexandria. Remember that. It was a tough game, but Alexandria was more of the statement getting that win. But still, the tough schedule does help Destrehan. And Destrehan is going to be right there in the fold. And I think now the destiny is on Destrehan now. They control their own destiny now, and we'll see what happens going forward. And we're gonna see what happens this week with I think Thibodeau is playing Hanville this week. I think is that Hanville, JB?
Hornville.
That's going to be a big ball game coming up on Friday night. It's going to tell a lot about this district, especially if Hornville stays in this one. And Terrebonne, I think things are going to get better for them. It doesn't really hurt them, but nothing doesn't get easier because now Terrebonne hosts St. Charles this week.
All right. Let's get to one more game. St. James, St. Charles. It came down at the gun, baby. VK, I'll let you go first, man.
Well, the reason why I come up with that at the gun, if you go back to old football way back in the days, before they had the buzzer, they fired a gun at the end of the game, a gun or a cannon. So that's why I referred it to that. But it was the game. We knew it was going to come down to the wire. We really knew it. At one, great. St. Charles had a great start to the game. Had a great start, but for St. Charles, I'm sorry, for St. James to have 28 answered points, unanswered for a second, but all of a sudden here comes St. Charles. That's why I didn't say unanswered, but for a second it was a run, a big run. So, man, unbelievable what happens, and all of a sudden we're thinking, me and George thinking St. James got control, but then all of a sudden Christian McLean gets a big return for a touchdown, cutting the lead to a score. And I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't over yet. And then the special teams mistake by St. James. And then all of a sudden, St. Charles is at the 1. They score on a bootleg on 3rd and goal. I'm like, wow. Tie ball game. And then St. James got the ball. What you gonna do? You go down and win it, or we go to overtime. For St. James to overcome what they overcame on their last drive, that's a lot of character. For early in the game into the last drive, 2 huge plays by Jakias Villanova. A catch that goes all the way to St. Charles territory. They called a holding call.
Yep.
They got another good catch from Villanova, getting the first down again, called for an eligible man downfield. One play later, and Jawan Jackson goes right down to Kanye Zenin, and Zenin had an unreal game. It was a coming out party for him. He had a big catch, and right then and there, here comes St. James once again. And they had a penalty where Villanova scored another touchdown a couple plays before the last one, and they called a holding call. So for St. James to overcome all that, that showed the character and resilience of this team. And that just shows if it's a tight ball game, don't count out the Wildcats.
GP?
Tale of 3 games. Really, that's what this was. Because as VK mentioned, St. Charles broke like a shot. Got out 14-zip, and then the Wildcats got their bearings about him. And Jawan Jackson, he's that dude. There was 2 quarterbacks that I have hyped before the year started. Vashawn Coulon from St. Augustine and Jackson from St. James. I think the world of these two. I think their futures are extremely bright, and Jackson didn't have to do what he did Friday night, but he did. And Zenon, excuse me, Zenon, Jaron, they ran that play 5 times. 4 times they hit pay dirt, 3 for touchdowns. When St. James went to that well, and Zenon just torched his DB. And when they went to it, and they didn't do it all the time, but when they did, it was there. And Zenon had a very nice game. And to do this without their stud running back, to win the way they did, tells me a whole heck of a lot. I think Lavonte Davis, his team is going to be a major, major problem. And the way they won that game, JB, the way they won at the gun, it'll be talked about in lore for a long time. Because I think St. Charles, despite the loss, is still a team. And they're in Division 2, select, because they're in the same district as Shaw. And they play Shaw this week, I think. No, St. James plays Shaw this week. Yeah, St. Charles plays Terrebonne. Oof, another tough comeback game, right?
Yeah.
Boy, and it doesn't get easy, but Wayne Stein doesn't. It's not afraid to schedule
Mm-mm.
hard. But you know what? They're going to be a prep team come playoff time, and I think it was obviously the best game of the night, and we were very fortunate to bring it to you, and we were proud of how it came out, and we hope that these games that we have this week measure up. But can we get walk-off touchdowns? I mean, that's tough. But I mean, if we get another one or two of those that end like that, it'd be great. But hey, the games we got this week, some intrigue on both counts. That's for sure.
Definitely. Jordan from Under the Lights asks, is that a top 5 moment in Hash It Out history? Yeah. Yes. Without a doubt. I would even say, man, hold on. Okay, so let's talk about that. That game winner, the Douglas Livingston game winner from last year, the playoffs. That's another one.
I'll give you one.
Go ahead.
What about the semis? Watchtown Christian on the Lab, the big crazy comeback by Lab in the last 3 minutes to come from 15 down to win the game in regulation. Southern Lab over Watchtown
That was
Christian.
audio. That wasn't video, audio, but yeah, put that in there too.
The stop, the
I
Patrick,
was,
But still,
I
it
would
happened.
say, would y'all
St.
put
Martin's.
Patrick Taylor and St. Martin's in there too?
Yes,
The two-point
Yes.
conversion that didn't happen.
yes.
Mm.
That was a great game. Came down to it, and Patrick Taylor scored that touchdown with a second, and they decided to go for 2.
Okay.
Gutsy call, but it just they just didn't go to the way it going. I keep looking at that same 2-point play. I just wish that that Logan would have had a chance to get it, because the way it went, it was looked like it went to Gibson all the way. Because I'm like, man, go to the guy that scored it. If they stop him, they stop him. I like Gibson a lot, but the man is Logan. And I'd have gave him the ball, gave him a chance at a dive or a pitch. He gets stopped, he gets stopped.
I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna go to commercial. I have 2 other games that I think could be in that top 5. I think LCCP and Kennedy could be up there too, man, because that was exciting, very exciting. But I also think another one that can maybe be in there, South Plaquemines and Logan Sports semifinal game. I think that's another one. So we got some talking to do. Top 5. Okay. All right. Quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna give y'all our top 5. Well, Kenny asked, did VK or GP? Did you think SEC would go for 2 since St. James didn't have a kicker?
I think it was Kenny, that's a good question. I think it was the right call for St. Charles, and they were hoping that they would get a stop, at least force the overtime, especially the way they came back. So I thought that was a good call to go for 1 instead of 2, because I could see where Kenny coming from. That the fact that St. James's kicker, who is Candy King Young, who doubles as the running back there, was hurt, and the young kicker for St. James, and I'm thinking the way things was looking, that they would at least try for the winner. But I think Coach Levanta was like, too much pressure for that young man. We're gonna go in the end zone. So gotta make a stop right there. But I think the extra point was sufficient for St. Charles Catholic.
All right. We're taking a quick commercial break, and we come back. We're going to give y'all our top 5 teams in the state of Louisiana. Stay right there.
At Bayou AV Security, we are your one-stop shop for all your needs, whether it's enhancing your home entertainment system, securing your property, ensuring a seamless internet connection, or illuminating your outdoor spaces. We've got you covered. Bayou AV Security, where technology meets reliability. Call us today to experience the Bayou difference.
JFK Martial Arts offers a wide variety of martial arts programs for kids, teens, and adults as they empower lives through martial arts. Please give them a call at 985-266-0664, and don't forget to ask about their 1-week free special. Bucks No Wiz was the place to go as a kid growing up to get snowballs. As an adult now, it is still the place to go. When you want some of the best snowballs and some of the best customer service, Buck Snow Whiz is the place. Now, excuse me, let me get back to my half grape, half pink lemonade snowball. Buck Snow Whiz, located at 1508 Barataria Boulevard in Marrero, Louisiana.
And welcome back to the Hash It Out Show. I'm JB, the sports guy. We got VK Jones, and I guarantee you, see, I told you, I guarantee you, and there he is. He'll be back. There he is, George Peppers. I only got a black screen, but there he is. There he is, George Peppers. Oh, man, mean mugging. Like a mugshot, like he in jail. All right. This Thursday night, the Hash It Out Show Thursday night game of the week. Edna Carr hosting Brother Martin, everybody. You can catch the pregame at 6:45, kickoff at 7 o'clock, right here on the YouTube page of JB the Sports Guy. The three of us, yes, VK Jones, myself, George Peppers, we will be on the call for that game. And then Friday night, the Hash It Out Show Friday night game of the week, it is the Jesuit Blue Jays hosting the St. Augustine Purple Knights. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. Where can you catch it? On the YouTube page of JB, the Sports Guy. And it was going to be just VK Jones and George Peppers, but I will be there as well. The three of us for that game, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, 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 and yes. And VK, what did you call this week?
Catholic League Week. This is Catholic League Week here on the Hash It Out Show. When we talked about these two games, we said if we get them, this will be Catholic League Week here on the Hash It Out Show. This is a great league that's been going on since all the way back to the late 50s to the 60s. And we're gonna profile. Well, we're gonna profile 4 great teams, 3 that's been in the Catholic League a long time, and 1 you can't say the new kids anymore because they are the 3-time Catholic League champions. So we're looking forward to bringing some great action from Carr and Brother Martin, and then one of the oldest rivalries in the Catholic League, St. Augustine Jesuit. A lot of history between those two teams.
Yes, this is the first time that we have 2 Catholic League games back to back. This is the first time. We haven't had it at all this year. I mean, we've had Warren Easton and St. Augustine, and I don't think we haven't had any other Catholic leagues, huh?
This is the first time in Hash It Out Show history that we are going to have. We're gonna have a total of 3 this year. This is the first time this year we have tackled the Catholic League. So this is awesome. This is a great opportunity for us, and we'd like to thank those schools for agreeing with us and including Inspire NOLA for letting us do these games. It is an honor. It is good. It's great to go everywhere all over the state to do what we love, but to go into a historic league and giving a little something to the people. I know we're expecting some big numbers this week. Tell your friends and people about these 2 great games coming up Thursday and Friday.
So Troy, I was trying to be at Shaw and St. James, want to see my boy TC, you know what I'm saying? After the game, run up to him, be like, and then run off the field. But no, I got to be with my boys Friday night. under the lights. 4 great teams being streamed this week. Congrats. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you. Cheese. These are 2 great games to get this week. Thank you. Yes, Austin. Thursday and Friday. Yes, sir. D Gibb, top tier game this week, guys. Great job. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gibson. All right, let's get to the top 5, everybody. Top 5. That's what y'all be waiting for. We want your interaction with us. If you agree, if you disagree, if you think VK crazy and you think George tripping, you think I'm just losing my mind, come on with it, everybody. We want it. Now I gotta see which one is it. It's not that one. It's this one. All right, I'm gonna go first. Here we go. Let me make sure I get everybody up so we can see our faces. There it is. All right, everybody. My top 5. Edna Carr, number 1. John Curtis, number 2. Zachary, 3. Alexandria Senior High, number 4. St. Aug, they dropped from number 2 to number 5. That's my top 5. The St. Aug one, I was debating St. Aug with Ruston, North DeSoto. Who's the other one? There's another team. Hold on. Let me think. Who was the other team I was debating them with? Give me a second. Turlings. I was debating who to be number 5, but I stuck with St. Aug because I think St. Aug could beat those teams right now. So I stuck with St. Aug. Those are my top 5. Edna Carr, John Curtis, Zachary, Alexandria, St. Augustine. What you got to say about it, GP?
Not a lot. I mean, this is a formulative top 5. I mean, I don't have any egregious, negative things, but, one team that you didn't mention that I think should be mentioned, and they're number 1 in the state polls, is Ouachita. Undefeated, same district as Ash. Why not them? Is my question to you.
Because I think it's competition-wise. Yeah, they got a good win over Franklin Parish, but other than that, I think competition-wise, level of difficulty is not there yet. But
that was a demonstrative win.
But it is. But Ouachita got Ruston this week, and they beat Ruston. Then that's gonna say a whole lot, GP.
That's your attention grabber. If they knock off Ruston, which they have a real chance to do, that's absolutely going to be there. But I like your top 5. I mean, Aug being there, I don't have a real issue with, really, to be honest with you. Just to me, VK, this looks like a pretty solid top 5. I don't have any. Oh wow, jeez, man, stop it. Anyway, but yeah, VK, I think this is a good top 5. I don't really have any nothing crazy omissions or anything like that.
I don't think I think it's a good top 5 too. I think it's a real good top 5. I thought about Ash myself to get into the top 5 and everything else. Ouachita, I get where George is coming from a bit, but I think this is the true test for them this week. I think and you look at their schedule, they do got 2 good wins. They won at Sterlington, who's a really good team, and then the win against Franklin, and then at Franklin Parish as well. So this is, you look at the competition is not bad competition that Ouachita's played, but I wouldn't put them in the top 5 either. But this is a huge test to see if they're for real. This is the time right here. So far, earlier test has been successful for Ouachita. Let's see if you get back in the fold as one of the North Powers this week against Ruston. This is going to tell everything about Ouachita.
Our good friend Nick Campbell, he says St. Aug should be out, and we are running Curtis up the ladder very quickly. Okay. I hear you, brother. I hear you. Now let's move on. I think VK's top 5 is next. There it is. So VK's top 5. He got Edna Carr, John Curtis, Zachary. He keeps St. Augustine there, number 4. And he puts Ruston in at number 5. So George Peppers, your thoughts about VK's top 5?
Considering what Destrehan did to Terrebonne, VK, why isn't Ash in your top 5? The same Destrehan that Ash beat earlier this year. And now that win looks very good. Because Destrehan went and did that to Terrebonne, 41-28. I want to know why Ash is not in your top 5 is my question. To me, that's an omission that caught me by surprise. I really think they're one of the best teams in the state, regardless of class. They have answered a lot of questions. Yeah, they beat many, big, but they were supposed to, quite frankly. But still, when they've had to step up in games this year, they've done it. I mean, obviously the district's going to be a tough road to hoe, but right now, Ash to me should be in your top five, and I'm kind of surprised they're not. I need to know why.
I
Hold on,
think
VK. Hold on, VK. 1 second before you answer. Jason Holmes asked, "Is our top five only for the big schools?" No, it's
At all.
overall top five. Overall top five. Who we think are the top five schools in the state? And yeah, mainly the big schools going to be on here. We gonna admit to that. We get it. We understand it. Just don't have enough time to make a big school and a little school, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So we
Mm-mm.
do overall top five. But I will tell you this, Jason Holmes. VK has had Kentwood and Dunham in his top five. He has. Go ahead, VK.
and they did not last in my top
It
five.
didn't last a week.
They didn't last a week. Gave them some love, but I got burned. But looking at, I get where George is coming from, but George, Ash is in the same situation as Washington.
Oh,
It's
No,
cheese.
I disagree.
Cheese. I think when I said earlier with the schools for fifth, yeah, LCA was one of them also for me. I'm sorry. Go ahead, VK. I apologize.
Yeah, I get it. I think LCA was considered on my top five. Also, Ash was considered to be in the top five. I kept Ruston because of the fact of the matter is Ruston, you know, is still a really good team, and they played a lot of good team. But then on top of that, now they're about to get back in the state and playing in the district more than anything else. And you look at, and I get what you're saying, but here's the thing about Alexandria. You look at their schedule, only one good win at Destrehan. You and your parish got to get back up. And the thing is, we got to see if they can make a come up. 57 nothing says a lot. And then on top of that, you go against Opelousas team that is rebuilding, really rebuilding. Let's be honest. And then Manny is not the same. You see in those 5 games, I see one true good win. That is a major one at Destrehan. They're at West Monroe. They're at West Monroe. They might pop in my top 5 next week. And that's a big game. The thing is, and remember what I said last year about Alexandria. They had a great schedule. They had some great wins. The biggest thing was the big dogs. They had them at home. Now you gotta go to them. And this is game 1 of the gauntlet. So let's see what happens. They go to West Monroe, and then they gotta go to Ruston in a couple weeks, and then they gotta go to Neville to end the season. They host Washita. That's the only ones of the big dogs they host. Not saying they're road tested. The Destrehan rule proves that they're road tested. Let's see if they do it again. That's how I look at it. Ruston, I believe they're still a top 5 team, but Ruston's going to be really tested themselves against Washita. That's going to be a proven ground for them. Let's see what happens in that game. But then St. Augustine, they basically played the number 1 team in the state. It was a top 2 matchup. And for them to, and they got outplayed, but still they fought in the ball game and everything else. And especially going on the road and hostile environment, it's not really too bad of a loss at all. If I put another top 5 team in, I would, and St. Augustine might go to 5 and somebody else go to 4. But that's the reason why I kept St. Augustine at number 4, because of the fact they played the number 1 team in the state and they competed. So, they got outplayed, they competed more than anything else. But my other top 3, just like me and JB, and we're kind of on the same wavelength right now of how they're playing. Curtis has really played some good football, and they're playing grinded out games, meaning if it's close, John Curtis finding a way. And that's old school Curtis football. So it's going to be interesting to see. And Zachary has been playing very, very well, as like we said. But like I said, LCA is definitely a consideration to get in the top 5. Alexandria, Washita. Let's see what happens this week. But LCA is definitely a candidate to get on my top 5 quick, because they really have a great resume.
All right. Nick Network prep report. Ruston should be 2, or Alexandria should be 2. And he also says, VK, when it comes to your talk about St. Augustine, cut that out. He said, cut it out. All right.
Well,
Go, go to GPs. And Cheese, if we go to a top 10, it'll be the same thing. Somebody's going to say somebody should be 10 or 9th. It is what it is. We can go to 20. Somebody's going to say somebody should be number 19, number 20. It is what it is. That's how it is, man, when we do rankings. George Peppers, there it is. He has Edna Carr number 1, Alexandria number 2, Curtis 3, Washita Paris 4, Zachary 5. VK, what you got to say about George Peppers? Top 5.
it's a not bad 5, but Ash at 2. I get what you're saying about Ben being in the top 5, but I think 2 is really, really high. I could put him at 4 or 3. 2.
But you didn't.
No, I know I didn't. But all I'm saying is 2 is kind of high for what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but I know one thing for sure. A couple of these teams, got a lot. I'm like this. I would put Washita over Ash. Washita got two wins against big teams, and teams that are within the top 5 of the power rankings. Ash only got 1 win against a power ranked team. That's it. But Ash is a really good team. I give them that. But 2 is high. I would give them maybe 4 or number 3.
Can I respond, JB?
Go ahead.
Why do I have?
I see these two car coaches on Instagram. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they chirping probably.
Hold on. Coach Norm got a question for y'all.
All right, shoot.
Here we go. It's probably for you, George Peppers, since you have Ash number 2. All right. If Ash played Curtis, would they be able to stop that veer from Curtis? That is Coach Norm's question to you, George Peppers.
Yes, I think they could. Look who their coach is. They would be very well prepared. Last year's Ash, I admittedly would think last year's Alexandria team would have a real good chance to beat them. This year's would compete. I mean, they've had to replace some people. Lindsay, big workhorse back that they had last year. And to me, I think they could beat them. But to respond to VK, and why do I have Ash 2 ahead of Curtis? I saw the Curtis game against Warren Easton. And I think Warren Easton's a solid team, but Curtis should have handled that game more better. They won, but they won it on Warren Easton's mistakes. They really struggled to contain Warren Easton's offense. Defensively, they looked a little haggard in that game. To me, to the eye, Curtis is still one of those teams. And that game against Carr in week 10, I think. And we have that game, right?
No.
We do not. Damn. That would be a litmus test of epic proportions. Now, as far as Ash trying to compete with Carr, no. I mean, if last year's team got whitewashed in the Superdome last year, correct, 56-7 or 9, I think it was.
I think 53 to
Look,
8.
it's Edna Carr, and who's running for second right now? The way this Division 1 Division 1 Select is going to play out. But boy, that Catholic League's got some stories to tell before the end of the regular season. We might get some clues. Rummel, Curtis, when they play Carr. Now, admittedly, Bryce Brown has had JT's number over the last few years. Carr has really figured Curtis out. So I'm curious to see what JT brings this year in that game. But Ash, I get the 1 win. But to me, it's a semi-domino. Destrehan now, admittedly, is one of those teams that you got to look at as a big-time player in Division 1 non-select. And for Ash to do that to them on the road, that win is a volume-holding win. It's a big volume getter for me. And that, in and of itself, John Curtis's best win. What is John Curtis's best win, y'all? That's the argument I make. What's their best win? Warren Easton? I don't know much about the California team. They beat East Jefferson, but East Jefferson is down this year. But what is their best win?
Rummel.
But they eked that game out, and Rummel turning around and doing what they did to Brother Martin. Sure, I make that argument too. So, I mean, remember, these top fives are subjective for us. I mean, they are our opinions, and we stand on them. And um, at the end of the day, now we go to week 6, the second half of the season, and and Austin, I got a fearless prediction for you. Stay tuned to next week's top five. Just stay tuned. There might be one of those VK moments next week. He might fall in love with somebody and throw them in there next week. And I have
Yeah.
who it is. I won't say it. I won't say who. I won't say who. But it's gonna be one of them teams he gonna fall in love with. You know, he did it with Kentwood, did it with Dunham, and it's all fun, brother. It's all fun. But I can't. I'm curious. I think this is the week. I think this is the
Oh,
week it's gonna happen.
all right. We got some questions. Have we ever seen Carl Curtis in a dome? No, we have not.
Nope.
That's never happened.
You
Cheese
might.
X is running 11 minutes and 56 seconds off the clock, eking by Rummel, though.
Oh yeah, they had possession the whole quarter
Yeah,
in that game. Yes.
yeah.
Um. So cheese is on my side. It sounds like, based on
No,
that
I
question.
think Cheese is saying it's really not eking by. I think
Right.
Cheese is saying they had control of that whole fourth quarter and just
They
did what they
did.
wanted to do. Yeah,
I think what
21-19 says another story.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
I know, right? But and then I kind of see what Cheese going with it. Yeah, I kind of see what Cheese going with it. Total domination in the fourth quarter. Go ahead, VK.
I think more than anything else, I kind of get where George is coming from, but at the same time, George, these are tough games.
They
Teams
are.
do what they got to do to win. For Curtis to win the way they did, what Curtis they pulled the East Jeff over Neville in the semis, a long drive and ran the clock out. That's football. And then what Curtis did, like, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, Easton made mistakes, but Curtis always takes advantage of anybody's mistakes. That's Curtis football. That's what he do. And then you look at it, Easton is a good team. They're gonna compete. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're talking about, but you know, with Curtis winning those two games in the toughest district in the state, you have to respect what they're doing right now. And especially in grinding out games, that's Curtis's mantra. You don't want them in close games. You want to have an opportunity to put them away if you have the opportunity. But if it's a tight game, buckle up. Because Curtis gonna find ways to get it done. But if you grind it out in a close game and winning against Curtis, you're blessed, man. Because that's a tough team. You don't like to get in tight games against this team. You don't want to get in tight games against them.
All right, there you have it, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. We are back tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, guess what? We pick our games as to who we think will win certain games. Also, George Peppers will let us know who won the picks for week 5. Also, ladies and gentlemen, the Hash It Out Show, Thursday night game of the week. The Edna Carr Cougars hosting the Brother Martin Crusaders. Pregame 6:45, kickoff at 7 o'clock. You can see that on the YouTube page of JB, the sports guy. And then the Hash It Out Show Friday night game of the week. The Jesuit Blue Jays hosting the St. Augustine Purple Knights. 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock is kickoff, and you can see it on the YouTube page of JB, the sports guy. And VK, what did you name this week?
It's the Hash It Out Show Catholic League Week.
There you have it. There you have it. Guys, last words, George Peppers.
Great show tonight, as per usual. Recapping a lot of great action from last week, and yeah, we got some games to look at tomorrow night. I don't know how many JB's got in the cooker for us. We'll see. We had 31 left. How many?
26. I think 26.
Okay, that seems good. Thank you, Tiffany, for the kind words. Thank you, everybody listening in. We greatly appreciate it. We feed off of you. We really indulge off your feedback. You know, you guys make us what we do, and it's fun every night. And tomorrow night's going to be interesting, obviously. We'll look ahead to some games in week 6, and of course, pick week 6. And it's gonna be fun. And don't forget to tune in Thursday night. Carr, Brother Martin, Thursday night, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock kick. I know Tulane plays Thursday night against East Carolina at Yeoman. Look, they'll win that game. But I'm still a very bitter man tonight, even 2 days after the fact, because my Giants lost to the New Orleans Saints on Sunday. And I'm carrying a little bit of bitterness, and I don't want to hear it from you two. I will see y'all Thursday night because it's my off time now after we get to New Orleans Thursday night. But yeah, 5 turnovers in a row, costly mistakes. Yeah, 5. Okay, Booker T, 5 times. I hear that. Okay, I get it. But you know what? Hey, look, Saints won last week, but I had somebody tell me that was a season saver. They play New England Sunday. We'll see. We shall see. But VK, take it away, bro.
No, Tyler, no surprise guest this week. Hopefully
Hey,
next week.
JB, hopefully can we kick the show off with one of the subjects I told you about the other day? Hopefully we can kick it off tomorrow. You know, if we do that, hopefully.
What's the subject? I don't even remember.
The college football subject about what's about to possibly happen. You know what I'm saying?
What's about to happen?
No, about what happened last week and about what's about to possibly happen, especially how wild last week was. That's
the upsets.
Yeah. Yeah, talking about some of the upsets and the wins last week. That's some because LSU. LSU was LSU and Tulane was like off last week, and now they're about to come back and stuff about to get kind of crazy with the matchups that's coming up now. You know what I'm saying? That things could go forward.
You mean Alabama about to run it? Is that what you mean?
I'm like this. Whatever about to happen, because things about to happen. What happened last week is going to set up to what's about to happen going forward. That's all I want to talk about tomorrow.
Well, I'm glad he brought it up, JB.
We'll
Go
talk about
Badgers,
that tomorrow.
Hold on, go Badgers, right?
I'm like this, bro. Look,
what happened?
We're in the same misery, my brother. So I ain't worried about that, bro.
Oh, y'all lost 2-0. Stop it.
I'm good. You think I'm better? I'm good.
I didn't say that.
All I'm saying, you seen my post on Saturday. I'm at peace.
But you said on the show, go Badgers. You snuck that in on me, and I said I'm not responding till okay. Just reminding you who won that game. My Wolverines handled business. And JB, I'm waiting on you Thanksgiving weekend, bro. Ohio State gonna make that trek to Ann Arbor, and the streak will continue. We gonna get them.
All right. Okay, guys.
But
go ahead, man.
But at the same time, we hopefully we'll talk about that tomorrow. But regardless of the fact, man, thank y'all so much for your support of the Hash It Out Show. We cannot do this without you. The last couple weeks on our viewership has been unbelievable. Both of our games last week went over 2,500. Both games went to 24 to 2,500 views for both games last week. So we thank y'all so much for your support. I know we're gonna have a lot more Thursday and Friday. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell everybody out there. Car fans, Brother Martin fans, Judgment fans.
The words of my mother, he about to jinx us again. The words of my mother, he about to jinx us again.
What you mean?
Oh, boy.
I already told you what she said. George, my mom said every time he say something about numbers, he jinx y'all. When he don't say nothing,
I'm trying to have words of affirmation, man. I can't do that.
I don't know. I ain't say that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying what she said. Every time you say something about the numbers, we get jinxed.
Miss Agnes, I try to speak life on this show. That's what I try to do.
She hit you with that fly swatter, VK. Then what happened?
Ain't no fly swatter.
With that fly swatter.
It ain't no fly swatter. It's a belt.
Oh, belt. Oh,
it's a belt. Yeah.
She popped me the belt. She popped me the belt. I'm just saying. I'm speaking affirmation. I'm speaking life. I don't want to speak negativeness. But if I gotta be quiet. Miss Agnes does hit me, I will be quiet. But at the same time, still, I just like to speak life into my team and to this brain because we love what we do.
We'll see. We'll see afterwards, and I'm gonna let you know if you spoke life or you jinxed us again.
The numbers have been good the last what?
They have.
Just saying, it's
Yeah,
been great,
but
consistent.
what she told you before that St. Augustine Eastern game, or what she told me to tell you? She said, "Tell VK don't say nothing about numbers." And what happened? Bam,
Numbers.
numbers. She said every time VK say something, he jinx y'all.
So one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. Tomorrow night, see Charles Allen talking. You could talk from a position of fake power. So I don't know. I'm gonna sleep on it tonight and think about a wager for you, my guy. I'm gonna think about a wager for you.
Don't do it.
Uh, I know. I know. With how Eric's looking, yeah, they haven't
Did you
scored
pay
a
that
point in
man
the last
last
2
year?
weeks. Do what
Did you
now?
pay that man last year? Did you pay that man last year?
I didn't bet him last year.
Oh, y'all didn't. Okay. I thought y'all
No, no, no. We never came to terms on anything. But
Oh,
John Eric not scoring a point the last 2 weeks. I shouldn't bet him. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it.
All right, y'all. We're going home. We are done for the night. Thank y'all for tuning in. We back tomorrow at 7:00 with the picks and everything. And maybe we talk about this college football thing VK won't talk about. But we're back tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate it. This is the Hash It Out Show for VK Jones and George Peppers. I am JB, the sports guy. It's like every time I'm about to end the show, somebody from the chat got something to say. Oh man. Oh man. Deleted, unsubscribed, and report that spam for that roll tide comment. I hear you, Marcus, bro. I hear you, man. The back of VK shirt needs to say numbers.
That's messed up.
And we know VK mad be mad then. But anyway, we're gonna end the show on that note. VK Jones with George Peppers. I am JB the Sports Guy. We'll see y'all tomorrow night, 7:00. Thank y'all. Y'all take care.
Bucks No Wiz was the place to go as a kid growing up to get snowballs. As an adult now, it is still the place to go. When you want some of the best snowballs. Hey parents and coaches, want your young athlete to go far on and off the field? Kumon of Gretna is the place for you. Whether it's reading plays or calculating scores, early literacy and math skills teach focus, discipline, and decision making. Give your student athlete the edge. Start early, start smart at Kumon of Gretna.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Metro New Orleans, then you're in the right place. Moe's Pizza has a great selection of Italian food that can satisfy your appetite, and they can also cater to your needs in any event. Give them a call at 504-341-9650 or log on to www.moespizzanola.com, located at 1112 Avenue H in West Wego, Louisiana. Moe's Pizza, Italians do it better.
Thank you for watching the Hash It Out Show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.